Hi, I'm Jill Stein. I'm running for president with the Green Party, and you are watching the Punk Patriot. Basically, we're at this incredible historic moment, and the spirit of democracy and justice are breaking out all over the place, and people are breaking away from establishment politics that has taken us to this god-awful place where the world is falling apart around us. Democracy is breaking out, from the Middle East to the uprisings in Wisconsin and the Occupy protests all across the nation. It's really an incredible moment for us to turn a breaking point into a tipping point and to take back the promise of our democracy and the peaceful, just, green future that we deserve. We've gotten to the place we are, this place of, a breaking point for people, for the planet, for our economy, and for democracy. We've gotten here because the two-party political establishment has basically delivered crisis after crisis, from Wall Street bailouts to the layoffs on Main Street, declining wages for workers, the attacks on Medicare and Social Security, the expanding wars for oil, the privatization of education, driving an entire generation of students into indentured servant status with the debt crisis, the dismantling, the attack on our civil liberties, which is absolutely unprecedented under this president, the rolling back of racial justice with the massive prison industrial complex and the racist war on drugs, and the plundering of the environment, and the all-out driving the climate over the cliff. So we don't need to be here, and there are solutions to every one of these problems. There is an incredible movement for democracy and justice that's alive and well at the grassroots. We deserve a voice in this election and a choice in the polls that's not bought and paid for by Wall Street. Voting for any of them is a mandate from 4 more years of Wall Street rule. That is the definition of throwing away your vote. You don't need to throw away your vote. You can actually vote for a just and sustainable future that's actually within our reach. That is what our campaign is all about. It's about a Green New Deal to create 25 million jobs on an emergency basis that will jumpstart the green economy, end unemployment, and put an end to climate change. These are jobs at our communities' levels that put communities in charge of creating those jobs that they need to be sustainable economically, socially, and ecologically. These are nationally funded and locally controlled. We can jumpstart this program for less than the cost of Obama's first stimulus package, because these are actually jobs that are created directly, not corporate tax breaks, which doesn't create jobs. At the same time, we need a healthcare as a human right. We can get there as the wealthiest developed country in the world. We need to join the rest of the community of nations and move to a Medicare for all system that basically covers everybody, covers you comprehensively, puts you back in the driver's seat for your healthcare decisions, and, well-kept secret, saves us trillions of dollars over the next decade. Single payer actually saves us money. It doesn't cost us money. It saves us money. In addition, it's time to bail out the students. We bailed out the banks who crashed the economy. We can bail out the students who've been victims of that crash. We came up with whatever depending on how you're counting, $6 trillion or $16 trillion to bail out those banks. We can come up with the $1 trillion that it takes to bail out the students. And at the same time, we can make public higher education free, because it is an investment in our future, and it pays back many times over. We know that from the GI Bill, where every dollar spent was paid back with $7 returned to the taxpayers and to our treasury from improved economy and revenues. We can bring the troops home and downsize the military, end the drone wars, and bring the troops back from these bases that are scattered all over the face of the earth, where we do not have a national security interest. And by the way, those wars for oil that we've been fighting become obsolete under the Green New Deal, when we're basically producing green energy here at home through renewable energy and conservation. We don't need those wars for oil, which is how come we can bring those troops home and bring the dollars home, as well as our young men and women. And finally, 2 more. We need to treat immigrant rights as human rights because they are. We need to acknowledge the vital contribution that immigrants are making to our economies and to our communities, and put an end to these terrible racial profiling programs under President Obama that have deported more immigrants in Obama's first 3 years, in fact, than under George Bush's 8 years. These are extremely inhumane, cruel and brutal programs that should be brought to an end right now as we provide a legal and welcoming path to citizenship and enact the DREAM Act now. And finally, we need to legalize marijuana because it's a drug which is dangerous because it's illegal. It's not illegal because it's dangerous. It's not dangerous at all. If I have the honor of serving, I will instruct the FDA to relist marijuana according to science, not hysteria and mythology, which basically means to take it off the list of scheduled drugs because it is not dangerous. Why aren't we there? The public agrees with all of these programs by large majorities. The politics of fear has been drummed into us over the last 10 years, certainly, telling you that you have to vote your fears and not your values. So a lot of people have done that. And how exactly is that working out for you these days? Because there are a lot of people that have no jobs to show for it, and are deep in debt with their student loans and have no health care and are losing their homes. That's exactly what the politics of fear has delivered. Everything that we've been afraid of, from the expanding war to the crashing economy and the meltdown of the climate. In short, silence is not an effective political strategy. The history of political progress, that is of social progress, politically has come not only with social movements in the street, but with independent third parties, independent political parties that could help articulate the vision, the agenda, and the demands of that social movement. That's what our campaign is all about. As Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand, never has, never will. And that is what we are doing at this incredible moment where people are hitting the breaking point on just about every issue. We're standing up to say we're going to turn that breaking point into a tipping point. Here's how we fix it. You can do that in this campaign this year in November. You don't have to just vote with your feet. You can vote with your vote. Let's get out there and occupy the voting booth and start to take back our democracy and the peaceful, just, green future we deserve. Go to my website, jillstein.org. Get on Facebook, like us. Sign up as a volunteer, you'll get the newsletter, distribute it broadly, let's go viral, let's pull a Tahrir Square on November of next year, and let's blow the top off of this oppressive political system and take it back.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Have a safe ride home.
Great, you too. Great meeting you. And
Did you like this video? Please donate what you think it was worth in the link below. Please also be sure to click the like button. If you want to help me continue to produce videos like this one, please become a monthly sustainer over at punkpatriot.com. I make t-shirts.